What's going on? This is Coach Idris. How you doing? Welcome to Ageless Fitness Club. I wanted to have a discussion today about training intensity. Okay, a lot of you guys out there who are starting your workout regimen, and trying to get into this and understanding that what you're doing eventually stops working. The weight loss stops. The strength stops going up. And that's because there's a lot of ways that you can use your program that you're currently using to see even better results. Because what most people don't understand is there's levels to intensity. Some people come out the gate really hard and strong. They get really sore. They get discouraged because they're like, God, I don't want that wasn't fun. And they tend to back off. And then they kind of gun shy at pushing themselves. I get this a lot with clients where I start going, okay, give me 5 more. Give me 5 more pounds. Give me 3 more reps. And before even trying it, they're quitting. I can't do it. I can't do that. And I'm like, well, just humor me and try. And then they'll do it. They look at me like, whoa. And I'm like, how come I knew and you didn't know? It's only because most people are afraid to make that move. They think they're going to get injured, or they might have gotten injured in the past, and their history, you know how we are about history, right? A lot of us can't ever let the past go. They never seem to feel like they've overcome whatever it is they feared before. So let's talk about intensity a little bit. Whatever program you're doing right now, you can increase the intensity of that program, intensity of that workout by your mind and your effort, okay? You can push it a little harder by shorter rest periods. You can push it a little harder by supersets. You can push it a little harder by isometrically squeezing. Those are 3 really good ways of increasing intensity without going heavier. Because a lot of times people think the only way to work out or make the workout harder is to go heavier or go crazy high with the reps. Like some people, they're doing 20, 30 reps, or they're, back to back exercises so they can sweat. Because a lot of people really believe, okay, the more I sweat in a workout, the more I'm getting done. And a lot of you out there know you can sweat like, you're working out in 120-degree temperatures and still lose no weight. You see people all the time that work construction sites, they're framers, they're construction workers, and they're overweight. Okay, so if you're overweight and you can't drop weight working in 115-degree temperature, doing an outside physical labor job, and you still can't lose weight, well, it's your diet. We all know that. But my point is this, is sweating does not mean better. What's better is how do you feel? Like at the end of the workout, do you feel that your muscles are fatigued or you're just tired? There's a difference. There's a difference between your muscle fatigue and you're just tired. I've had people that do workouts and they'll tell me, I'm not in the mood. When I'm done working out, not only am I tired, but I'm not in the mood. And the next day I hurt. But it's not a good hurt. It's not like a muscular hurt. They feel it in their bones. That means you're lifting too heavy. Okay, heavy weight, although it's great to get stronger, trust me, everybody needs to get stronger. If you're not getting stronger, you're screwing up, because as you get older, you get weaker. And most people think, oh, well, I've had clients come to me over the years and say, well, I'm, especially in their 60s and 70s. And they say, well, I'm getting older. I don't want to lose my balance, because for some reason, people think just because you're older, you're supposed to lose your balance. So they want to work on their balance. No, I don't need to work. We don't need to get on a balance beam and work on a balance beam. No, you need to get stronger. Okay. Strong people don't fall over when they trip. Strong people can catch themselves if they fall. Okay. An infant can't stand. They fall all the time, and they're not old. They're infants. But once they work on pulling themselves up and walking on those legs and getting in those jumpers, and like my grandson, when I went to go see him when he was the first time I saw him, he was about 6 months old, and that jumper just jumping. I mean, he would jump for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a jumper for an hour, could you imagine how strong your legs would get? So age has very little to do with getting as far as falling over and tripping. It's strength, plain and simple. Otherwise, you never see 90-year-olds running marathons. And I've seen that play. I've seen 80-year-olds. I've seen 90-year-olds running marathons. People in their 70s doing ultra marathons. Okay. And so age is really not the reason you trip and fall. It's really strength. So in your workout, no matter how old you are, no matter what type of workout you're doing, learn how to increase the intensity of your workout. So you don't have to really change your workout. You just make what you're doing more difficult by, number one, you can shorten the rest period. So instead of waiting a minute, you do it before your breath, before you fully catch your breath, get back down there and do another set. Do your workout like that, which will also get you out the gym faster. Because remember, you're supposed to get in the gym and out. You're supposed to be in there all day. So get in there, hit it hard, and get out. So shorter rest periods, sometimes higher rep count, but not ridiculously high because you want to still use some weight. 15 to 20 is fine. Tempo is another one where instead of just 1, 2, you're 1, 2, and 3. That wears on you pretty fast because you can't get the oxygen back in the muscle. So the muscle wears down faster, which over time builds muscular endurance. Okay. You see ultra marathon runners and swimmers, and these people, they have crazy endurance. Okay. Because they can push through, and their bodies get used to pushing. Football play, any sport, I don't care what. If you're an athlete, you have to have muscular endurance. Otherwise, you won't be very good. Once the fourth quarter comes, the back nine on a golf course, the fourth quarter of any sport that has quarters, towards the end of the game, you're going to be running out of gas, and people with endurance are going to be kicking you in the butt. So endurance, so shorter rest periods, up your tempo, higher reps, isometrics. Okay, isometrics is something most people I see, most people do not train isometrically. And what I mean by isometrically is, you know how somebody says to you, make a muscle and you squeeze as hard as you can and people start shaking? Okay, doing that while you work out with the weight, you squeeze just as hard with 5 pounds as you do with 100 pounds. You still use the same mental thought of squeezing, chest up high, abs nice and tight and flat, good posture, and you really squeeze through every single rep. That 10-pound dumbbell, that 20-pound dumbbell will feel like 25, 30. Okay, it'll feel heavier just by isometrically squeezing throughout the entire set and controlling the weight throughout the entire set, not just letting it fall, hoisting it up, letting it fall. No, you actually bring it up and bring it down at a quicker tempo. So those are the 3 things, and you can go a little heavier. But I don't want to talk about the weight part of it. I want to talk about just these 3. These are 3 great ways to begin increasing your intensity. Shorter rest periods, higher rep with tempo, and the third one, if I remember correctly, was intensity, higher rep with tempo, and isometric squeezing. Okay? So I hope you guys learned something today. Check back with me. I'm going to keep periodically throwing out these thoughts because I'll be training clients and then they'll ask something and then I tell them, I'm like, oh, good. That'll be something for people to know. So I make sure you guys get this information right along as my clients get this information. All right. You guys have a great day. Hope you have a great Monday. We've got a crazy world we're living in right now, but hopefully everything will start to settle down and we won't be so crazy. Peace out.